Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to me, your lovely host, as always, Christian Watson. It's good to be with you guys today. So, today's topic, the media is oftentimes attacked and derided for a variety of reasons. For trying to appear objective than actually being objective. For, trying to be dispensers of information and actually dispense opinion. All kinds of reasons. But I think a lot of the reason why Americans are frustrated with the media, especially places like CNN or MSNBC and things like that sort, and even Fox News in some instances, is not because they hate journalists, not because they hate intellectualism, not because they are involved in, certain spaces that are not conducive to free thought and echo chambers, not because of it. The reason why people are so incensed with the media is because the media has defied the historical expectations and the norms that have been appended to certain media organizations. The media has let themselves down, they let their reputation down, and they have thereby let their customers or their former customers down. What do I mean? So, for example, CNN and MSNBC, Associated Press, Reuters, all of those are considered to be reliable or generally reliable news sources. You don't believe me? Let me show you. There is a media bias chart, which is basically the Bible for all people who are trying to define bias in all of media sources. And right here you have AP on this map. AP up there, Weather Channel, which just does weather, so I guess it can be reliable. Reuters, all these places which are considered unimpeachable. Then you have, really, above the line here, NBC, LA Times, both of which have very left-wing slants, let's just be honest. Then you have below the line a little bit, CNN, but still, CNN's reliability is 44. AP, which is the highest, is 52. That's not a very big leap. So, according to this chart, CNN has a reliability in the same ballpark, if not exactly in the same ballpark, as the AP does, just it's a little bit different. They have a little bit of a slant, according to this chart. But when you hear someone say, hey, this came from CNN, or hey, this came from New York Times, or hey, this came from MSNBC, or hey, this came from here, this came from there. When you hear someone say that, my friends, it confers a sense of credibility. People know those names. People talk about those names. They are familiar, and human beings love the familiar. The familiar, in fact, that's why the term xenophobia simply means fear of the other, the mysterious, that which I cannot perceive. We love the familiar. And so if Fox News or AP had been a household name for 50 plus years, or let's use an example that actually has been a household name, if ABC, NBC, and CBS have all been household names for so many years, people are going to see them as credible because A, they may have done some good work, and B, they are familiar. But by seeing these people as credible and giving them a blank check, you A, reduce the ability to correct them righteously whenever they do something wrong, or they are blatantly biased, or B, you basically just give them a bill of credibility that allows them to do what they may and their reputation not be impeached because they have been credible more than they have been credible. And so there's really a phenomenon going on here. A phenomenon of giving names and titles more importance than the actual work that occurs under those titles. For example, I have been published in USA Today. You may be thinking that's impressive. That article was not my best writing. I had been writing political articles for about a month when I got published there. I was still very new. I have written stuff that has been in less viewed publications or unknown publications that is 10 times better than that article in USA Today. But most people are like, oh my, he has been in USA Today, therefore he has something valuable to say. Because USA Today has a reputation. And the reputation confers them credibility. They've been around for a very long time. But we are looking at a banner and not that which occurs under the banner. We are removing our ability to critique them honestly by simply looking at their name and saying, oh, their name, that's what it is. And when they show their work, consternation arises in us. Why do you think CNN has had so many protestations from former viewers who got tired of them saying we are the most trusted voice in news and then shoving all this left-wing propaganda down people's throats? Why do you think? Because guess what? guess what? The intellectual has interacted with the substance of things under the banner of CNN as opposed to keeping interact with the name. What is in a name, as Shakespeare said? A name gives us very little. A name gives us a history, actually. A history that is being perpetuated by anyone who acts under that name. But you don't see the actions or the consequences or the things that transpire under that name when you look at the banner. Emerson talked about this in Self-Reliance. He says, the objection to conforming to usages that have become dead to you is that it scatters your force. It means it makes you less able to become the best person you can be and make you less able to see your work. If you maintain a dead church, contribute to a dead Bible society, vote with a great party either for the government or against it, spread your table like base housekeepers under all these screens, watch this, I have difficulty to detect the precise man you are. And of course, so much force is withdrawn from your proper life. But do your work and I shall know you. Do your work and you shall reinforce yourself. If I know your sect, that means whatever you belong to. In this case, the media. In this case, CNN, MSNBC. If I know your sect, I anticipate your argument. I hear a preacher announce for his text and topic the expediency of one of the institutions of his church. Do I not know beforehand that not possibly can he say a new and spontaneous word? Do I not know that with all this ostination of examining the grounds of the institution, he will do no such thing? Do I not know, and this is the really important part here, guys, do I not know that he is pledged to himself not to look but at one side, the permitted side, not as a man, but as a parish minister? This is the point. If you're going to pursue the truth, you have to be willing to get dirty, and you have to be willing to embrace a lot of things. You have to be willing to report honestly, to act virtuously, which in honesty is a virtue. You cannot simply act on the precipice, on the foundation of a good, cultivated, superficial name. Regardless of if I had been in USA Today or whatever, that means nothing about the quality of my work. The New York Times publishes Krugman, and Krugman certainly doesn't understand the human condition, or at least he rejects it. He doesn't understand how human nature works, or he rejects it. His columns, in my opinion, are absolutely menacing. He's a smart man, but he has fundamental misunderstandings, but yet he's under the New York Times banner, and people say, my God, New York Times equals credibility. No. I don't know you. I don't know the work. I don't know the thing you do. I don't know the habituating process of your work if all I have is a name. I know the history of that name. I know the things that name is credited to. But what about your name? What about your prestige? What about your effort? What about your work? What about you? What about your individual greatness and majesty? I want to know more about you. So stop giving these media organizations prestige and understand that their work is what matters, not their name. Do not assume that since something was published by CNN or Reuters or whatever, that it's true. Test the fruits, as the ancient texts say. Discern things. Scope out things. Criticize. Embrace that spirit of paideia that came out of the Athenian school. Understand things at a deeper level. I will never, ever in my life go to a place, go to a website, ran by one of these organizations and say, you know what? It comes from there, therefore, it's good. No. I don't know anything about a name. I only know the substance of your work. Do your work, ladies and gentlemen. Don't give these people prestige. Give work prestige. Don't give a name so much significance. Give the pursuit of the truth significance. Because that is the only way we can know anything, by understanding the truth. Alright, friends. As always, please stay positive. Think on what I just said. And as always, please stay pensive.